in the max. So what a turnaround for Northern Illinois this season. Right now they're currently sitting in 5th place, but there's a lot of baseball to be had yet, a lot of movement in the standings left.
New pitcher on the bump. He was warming up last inning. He gets the call now. Bryce Davis, as you take a look at the 6'3", 210-pound right-handed sophomore out of Rockford, Michigan, prepped at Sparta High School. 13 appearances, somewhat of a bloated ERA, 8.06 and 22 1/3 innings tossed. 23 walks, 22 strikeouts. Again, a little high probably for his taste, certainly for the coaching staff. But again, he's got such an upside to him. And Scoop, all I do is look at opponents' batting average, 241. All that tells you is if he can just gain some consistency, this kid could really rock the conference.
Yeah, if he throws strikes, teams are not going to put up big numbers against him. The fact that they're only hitting 241 against him. So if you don't give him the freebies, it's going to be tough to put together 2 or 3 hits in an inning off this young man. But, his Achilles heel has been the fact that his strikes and walks are pretty much 1 per inning. The strikeouts you'll take, but the walks, you certainly have to reduce that big time.
He will deal to the 9-hole, Patty McCormick. 0 for 2. However, he did reach on an error in the 5th and came, check that, he did not score. Mutter scored in front of him. Mutter scored off the throwing error by third baseman Chris Myers. Boy, the gloves popping there. 1-1.
That's what you have to do. Come out, attack the zone. Again, you got the number 9 hitter up who's really not put up big numbers offensively. Make him earn it.
This one fouled straight back. Davis ahead in the count now. Top of the order. Shawnee standing in the on-deck circle. Brendan Joyce in the hole. All tied up at 2 apiece here. Top of the 7th. This one misses downstairs and outside.
Yeah, that time he went with the hard slider, just misses off the outside corner. But now the count's 2-2. And you want to go after him right here.
See what he comes with. High, tight, compact delivery. A bit of an overthrow. And the count now full. Ground ball to short. Eitner stays low on it. Comes up firing. Nice backhanded pick by Thompson. And the leadoff man retired here in the Northern Illinois 7th.
Number 20, Tommy Shaw.
Good start there from Davis. He's able to get a pretty good payoff pitch there to McCormick. And there you saw Thomas Eitner do what he does best there. He comes up with a nice, solid defensive play with a quick release. And the Rockets have retired the leadoff man here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Davis will work primarily off of his fastball. He'll operate in the upper 80s, 88, 89 miles an hour. Can help it up a little bit more. First pitch, good sink. Again, as you can see, tall, 6'3". And much like Doug Smith, that fastball gets some sink to it. This one well struck into right field. Schwarzenberger going back. He'll watch it bounce short off the wall. Rounding first, Shawnee into second with a stand-up double.
Credit Tommy Shawnee. He's been struggling at the plate. He had those 2 strikeouts in the 1st and 3rd inning, but this time he comes up, barrels one up, and that ball short hops the fence there about the 370 mark. And all Zach Schwarzenberger can do is pick it up and throw it in. But Shawnee is in second base with a stand-up double. And Northern Illinois has something cooking here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Go ahead, run aboard in scoring position for Brendan Joyce. Laid down a bunt single and scored the equalizer just an inning ago. Now trying to bring home the go-ahead run. Joyce with 19 RBI on the season. Swings and chops this one foul, and that caught a piece of Compton. And he's going to try and walk it off. Home plate umpire Jay Myers will walk the ball out to the mound. Have a quick chat with Bryce Davis. Compton, you can see there, it's the 2nd time this game he's taken one in a soft spot.
Yeah, nice C's okay there, but it'll sting a little bit.
Oh, my. Got double whammied there. It bounced off his thigh and then right into his groin. You got to be tough to play that position, don't you?
Yeah, you really do. You have to have that not just physical toughness, but mental toughness, and I think Andrew Compton certainly has both.
The 0-1. Maybe just a little crazy, too.
I think that helps.
They call it, or they call them the tools of ignorance for a reason, right? Nobody in their right mind would want to catch. But in all seriousness, you're the captain of the infield there.
Yeah, it's such a big spot. You know, if you want to be a good team, you have to be solid up the middle, and it certainly starts with your pitcher and catcher.
Good looking bender there, right across the heart of the plate. 1-2. You got to know your hitters. You've got to be able to read the base running, the situation, send down the signals. And on top of that, you've also got to work each pitcher depending on who it might be on any given occasion.
You're exactly right. There's so much that goes behind the scenes that, you know, most people don't understand. But certainly a key role on any team.
The 1-2. This one well struck into right center field. Could be trouble, and nobody's going to get there. It will fall. Shosny being waved around third. He will score, stumbling rounding second, and then retreating quickly. Brendan Joyce with his second hit of the afternoon, and it gives Northern Illinois their first lead.
Oh, big hit there by Brendan Joyce. He's able to barrel one up, goes the opposite way, but that time he saw a fastball across the heart of the plate. Reached downstairs to get it, but that's going to be an RBI double. Surprised he didn't try to stretch that into a triple. Ben Hughes getting him to third base with one out. But when you have your 3 and 4 hitters up, I think they want to be extra sure that you give these guys a couple swings to extend that lead. But right now, Bryce Davis needs to minimize things with one out.
Lontine will dig in. And that at-bat could very easily sum up Toledo's pitching staff's troubles this season. Get ahead in the count, but unable to finish a hitter off.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Usually when you get guys in 2-strike counts, their batting averages are 200 points lower. But once again, what a quality at bat there by Brendan Joyce. Never gave up on it. Used the whole field. A lot of times guys will try to maybe pull too much. That time he went with the pitch. And a big 1 out RBI double. That gives Northern their first lead of the afternoon.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, top of the 7th. Huskies have taken their first lead. This one buried in the dirt, and Compton with a great stop.
Wow, that's a big-time play by Andrew Compton. That's something he does so well. He's so good defensively back there. Does a great job of handling pitches, and we saw right there what he does trying to block one of those tough 58-foot curveballs. But, again, great job, big play, keeping him at second base with just 1 out.
The 2-1. In the cellar, ball 3. Quick peek down in the Toledo bullpen. Nobody is warming up as of right now. Coaching staff showing confidence, but also at the same time telling Bryce Davis, get us out of this.
Exactly right. I think it shows a lot of confidence in this young man and the stuff that he has.
Fouled back. He brought a heater, let her high. Lantine wasn't fooled. Just didn't put the sweet spot of the bat on it. Davis, long look in. Finally comes set. Deals upstairs. The line keeps moving for Northern Illinois. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jake Dunham.
Number 4, Jake Dunham.
And here comes Coach Meade.
Well, that's the 5th free pass given up by Rocket pitchers here today. And that's the 8th time that Toledo pitchers have gone to a 3-ball count. Again, that's something you just really have to minimize. You want that 3-ball count to really be 3 or less per 9 innings. And but again, credit to Northern Illinois. After being dominated by Doug Smith those first 4 innings, they found a way to not only stay in this ball game, but they're able to scratch out a lead, and they're really looking to extend things here in the 7th inning.
Entire infield now meeting on the mound. Coach Mee having a conversation with his big right-hander. One other Mid-American Conference weekend matchup that we have not gotten to yet, but it also has potential postseason implications. Ball State currently sitting in 2nd place behind Central Michigan by a couple of games. They are home at First Merchants Park against Ohio. Ohio at 10-10, currently sitting in 6th place. If the season were to end today, Bobcats would get that final postseason bid. We're talking about pitching staff, Scoop. Dre Jamison, after struggling early this year, has finally found his groove. The young sophomore, 4-3 with a 3.18 ERA. As Davis steps off, how about this for a walk to strikeout ratio? 24 to 120. Opponents hitting 207 against him. You knew his struggles weren't going to last.
No, not after watching last year.
Uh-oh, this one gets away from Compton. Oh, my goodness, that's going to be a free base for both. And now both in scoring position. Guessing pass ball will be the call.
Yeah, it's a tough break. Andrew Compton is so good defensively, and here's a ball that he's going to handle, and somehow just overextended, and it goes off the heel of his glove.
Free bases. Rockets hadn't really given up many until now. Now for Davis, you got to bow your neck here. You got no room for error. The corners have come in here for Toledo.
Yeah, certainly a big at bat for both teams right here. But certainly, if you're Jake Dunham, you just want to be situational. You have to get one of these guys home. That ground ball up the middle would do just that.
1-1. Fouled straight back. Here we go again. Davis has done a great job of getting ahead in the count. But Scoop, as we mentioned just a few batters ago, much like most of his teammates, they haven't been able to finish hitters off this season.
Yeah, that's been a common theme, not just today, but all season long. And, the key, though, has been, you have to have command, not just throw any strike. You have to be able to keep the ball downstairs. And I think that's something that Toledo pitchers have struggled to do this season.
1-2. This one's a chopper to third. The runner coming. They go home, and he is at the plate. Tag made by Compton on the throw from Myers, and Joyce was an easy out.
Well, nice job by Chris Myers. He knew how much time he had. He made sure he gloved it, threw a seed there to home. And you saw a great job by Andrew Compton, not only catching it, but squeezing the baseball, make sure it doesn't pop out in the contact.
Any idea why he was moving on contact, or do you just think he read the ball incorrectly? I'm talking about Joyce.
Well, I'm sure they were being ultra aggressive there, going on any down angle read. But again, you're just a dead duck there when you go on to third base.
So with runners at the corners, Lantine took third on the play. Still not out of the woods as Drobashovich will step in. No official at bat today. He struck out twice. The sacrifice fly is there. Moving, double steal, the tag. No way. My goodness, talk about ultra aggressive. And how about that to double up the lead? Northern Illinois and a little riverboat gambler from Coach Kunaganis.
Great job by Brendan Joy. He goes on arm swing. Once Compton comes up on the arm swing, he goes. When that ball short hops Eitner, that's not even close there at home, but a great jump at third base here. And, you know, that may answer the question why they were going on that down angle read with second and third, one out, knowing that they were going to try the double steal here if they had first and third, and it works to perfection as Northern's has Toledo doubled up right now at 4-2.
Again, Compton, the young freshman, testing him, not just his arm, but maybe from the neck up there. Would you have liked to seen him just go ahead and give that base up? Was there any need to throw down, unless you're absolutely confident you're going to get the runner?
Well, I think they were trying to bait a throw. I don't think there's any way he was running through. He was going to stop short of second base. So, again, that's just unfortunate. But you have to take a peek. In that situation, if you're the catcher, you have to take a peek at third base, freeze him up, not let him get that running jump like he did. I mean, Eitner made a strong throw home. But, again, that was not even close because he was going on arm swing.
2-1 the count. Drobashovich arrows this one up, but it's going to be knocked down a bit by the wind as it continues to drift over into right center. Boss is there. That will retire the Huskies, but not before they come up with a couple of big insurance runs as they now lead Toledo by Well, I was just sitting here thinking it looks warmer than it really is. A picture is not always worth 1,000 words sometimes, but such is life playing baseball at the college level, especially north of the Mason-Dixon line. Scoop, you and I were somewhat joking as we welcome you back to the top of the 8th here at Scott Park. Have the Rockets had a home game that you would consider to be true spring weather this season?
They really haven't. You know, even these games in May, you see fans out there not only bundled up with a jacket on, but they have blankets with them.
Yep.
Certainly, and that can happen here in Northwest Ohio, but you expect to get some breaks in the weather. You get a few 70-degree games or something where it's a little bit more baseball, more humane. But it's been a rough go-around here at Scott Park all spring.
Davis gets Cam Smith to foul off the first pitch. He misses low and away on this one. 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter in 6-hole for the Huskies. Jordan Larson, first baseman on deck. Center fielder Josh Mutter in the hole. Huskies trailed for 5 innings. They put 1 across in the 6th. Actually, they put 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th, and then 2 in the 7th. So far, they have made that stand up. 2-1, slow roll it to short. Eitner will charge, throws off his back foot. Score at 6-3 for the first put out here in the 8th.
Another solid play there for Thomas Eitner at shortstop. Does a nice job keeping the glove downstairs. And he's able to throw off that back foot, gets a lot on it. That's a welcome sign for Bryce Davis and the Rockets to retire that leadoff hitter in the 8th inning here against Northern Illinois.
Eitner, one of those freshmen, future of the program, one of 4 in today's starting lineup alone. But they're finding out what a grind it is to play at the Division I level. Their season as preps would be about ready to hit maybe the first round, second round of the playoffs, depending on where they're at. Still got a few more weeks to go here. They're learning what it takes.
Yeah, it's such a huge adjustment. The fact they've got 4 freshmen in the lineup today, that's really tough. But these guys are growing up in a hurry.
2 balls and a strike. When I say getting ready for the first or second round of the playoffs, not an even match, obviously, on the calendar because the prep schedule starts later than the college schedule. I'm talking about comparatively for the amount of time. People, you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, Scoop, how many people I talk to that don't realize the college schedule starts sometimes as early as the end of the first week of February. So this one popped up, skied to left. Davis coming in, still coming in, and squeezes for the second out. For the Rockets, it started on February 15th, the day after Valentine's. What were you doing? Because I'm guessing most people weren't thinking, hey, it's the start of the college baseball season.
Number 2, Josh
I was shoveling my driveway back home. I remember that part.
Toledo was at Winthrop. as most schools north of the Mason-Dixon line are forced to do, and that's travel for about the first month of their season. 2 up, 2 down. We'll see if Davis can make it a 1-2-3 frame. Josh Mutter digging in from the left side. Mutter 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Squares to bunt. Takes downstairs.
Take what's yours.
2-0. Davis sets, kicks, deals. That's a beauty. Strike 1. Davis tries to hump this one up a bit too much. Ball 3. It was a pitcher's duel through the first 6, maybe even 7 innings. This one downstairs, ball 4. And really, for the most part, it still is in a 4-2 game on Friday afternoon. But if you are the Rockets, looking at a quality start by Doug Smith that's in danger of going for naught. If you are the Huskies, riding Michael Lazowitz one more time. We'll wait and see. We're still not finished with this one.
Yeah, the Huskies have just 5 hits on the day, so certainly the Rocket pitchers have not been easy to figure out, but they have really put together some nice innings, aggressive
Runner
base
goes. Compton with a throw down. The second is not in time. Mutter in with a stolen base. That will be his 6th of the season. Take a look at it again.
Northern continues to be aggressive. He got the right pitch to steal on. He had a great jump, but he got the fastball. You saw a lot of times you do try to do a late swing just to buy your runner some time. But now they have a guy in scoring position with 2 outs trying to scratch a run across.
Davis paints the black on the inside corner here for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. Patty McCormick has reached on an error. He's grounded out to short. He has grounded out to third. He's pulled the ball both times. He's put the barrel of the bat on it. This one upstairs. Davis missing high in the zone here this inning. Still no action in the UT bullpen. Davis taking a bit more time here from the belt. Long look at Mutter. Deals. Pow! You can hear that glove pop, a little bit of run with that good sinking fastball. And that pitch alone tells you why Toledo's coaching staff offered this young man a scholarship. The question is, can he be consistent?
You're right. That's why they're so high in this young man. That ball was that was an electric fastball. Just no chance there for McCormick to catch up to it.
The 2-2 on the way. A little low. 3-ball count for the 2nd straight batter.
2nd straight batter, 11th time here in the afternoon. Again, that makes it tough on your defense when you have to continue to sit through a lot of pitches where there's no action.
Payoff pitch. See what Davis has in store. Fouled straight back.
You know, Davis did what he needed to do. He needed to go after McCormick there, challenge him with the fastball. He did, but McCormick fights it off as that goes straight back, and the payoff pitch will be coming up one more time.
We'll do it again. McCormick staying in the box. Davis sets, deals, launches this one to right, slicing into foul territory and unplayable for Schwarzenberg.
I tell you, McCormick's really been battling here. You know, for a guy that's come in struggling, hitting below 100 on the season, he's had some quality at bats today, and he's really battled here in the 8th inning, trying to keep the line moving, trying to extend this inning.
Davis working a new ball over, has it to his liking. Three-two. Fisted, lifted into left. Davis goes back, now comes in a few steps, and he's there. Huskies retired here in the 8th. No runs on no hits, no errors, one left aboard. Rockets need some offense.
Worked to perfection, and that was the difference.
Doug Smith, tough no decision today. Bryce Davis comes on and in 2 innings worth of relief on 48 pitches picks up the win. Michael Lazowitz, 6 innings. Again, a strong outing for Northern Illinois. And take a look at the steal of home, or Dontine rather, coming home with the double. But Austin Calipetro coming on to pitch the 9th. And despite the bad bounce at first that put the tying run aboard, 92 miles an hour, and he just came with his best fastball each and every batter.
Yeah, and he bowed his neck after that tough infield hit that Northern got there with 1 out there. But what a job he did coming in.